than what we have involved with MyFunLife, and it's just indicative in the kind of leadership that we have and in Rod Goodman. I guess is really what I want to say here. So with that said, it looks like you're ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rick Weston. What an awesome presentation. Just so excited to be here with you guys this morning and go over this map training. My Fun Life is just at just the most exciting stage. If you were possibly ever to choose when would I want to join or get involved with My Fun Life, it is right now. So much is happening. I've been telling everybody that this month is Rocktober. We've been spending several months laying the foundation for this company. We've got close to 20,000 paying members in My Fun Life. I believe with the launch of the app that will happen later this month, and the My Fun Life store, the new video tour, the enhancements to the comp plan, the car bonus, and the launch of this map system. Guys, this is a whole new direction for the company that really is the direction of the company. How to go out and turn 84 cents a day into a 6, 7, even 8-figure business. How to market to the masses, how to go out and get 3 and duplicate this business. This is called the Master Action Plan. It's a 10-week financial challenge, a 10-week challenge to total financial freedom. Where you could be in 10 weeks following this map is absolutely mind-boggling. But you have to see it, and that's kind of why it's a blueprint. We kind of lay it out here as a map. Guys, we've got a lot of stuff happening, including the rollout of this map. You're going to see the MyFunLife store come up this week. You're going to be able to order business cards, drop cards. We got a new sizzle line that's just been recorded so that when you do those drop cards or you just want to have somebody go to a phone number and listen to a 2-3 minute quick overview of what is MyFunLife, that's going to be available this week. The shirts, the swag, the car stickers, all of that stuff's coming together this week in the MyFunLife store. So, guys, there's a bunch of stuff happening. We had demos of the app again this week, and we're going to be beta testing that as a leadership team all this coming week, and we look to roll out the app towards the end of this month. So stay tuned for the rollout. Big things are happening in My Fun Life. I believe with the rollout of the app, and guys, our travel app, I've mentioned this before, our travel app is much more, our first app is travel, and it's much more than just a travel app. It's a whole platform. We're rolling out a whole mobile platform, a mobile business card, mobile marketing system, access to your back office right from your mobile phone, being able to give presentations right from your mobile phone, being able to insert somebody into your sales tour and into your autoresponder system right from your mobile phone. Literally, you'll be able to build your business from the palm of your hand with your mobile phone. And this is powerful because as you get into the world markets, especially a lot of the third world countries, not everybody has a computer or a laptop. They do more with their mobile phones than they do with anything else. In fact, that's becoming standard worldwide. Even here in the U.S., more and more people are accessing the internet through their mobile phone. So we're going to lead the way here with My Fun Life in this mobile marketing revolution. It is the future. The future is mobile. And we are one of the first companies, if not the first, to really embrace this mobile marketing. And we're rolling out a whole platform that will absolutely set the company on fire, put us heads and tails above everybody in the network marketing space, the internet marketing space, and even in the app space, because we have a platform that's going to allow you to share the app business. People, literally, our tagline, guys, is get paid. We're the first company to pay you to download and share our apps, and you're going to be able to do it all from the comfort of your mobile phone here, anywhere in the world. So, very excited to introduce this map system, guys. As I get into it, the map is it's a little bit of an education product. I think when people understand the power of this business and they understand the power of My Fun Life, where the mobile app space is going, when people have knowledge is power, but it's only power if acted upon. So the first thing we want to do is we want to educate people on what are the keys to creating wealth. These are things that a lot of people have never been taught in their entire life. The keys to creating wealth. We go to school, we go to college, we go to the university. We never really are ever taught the keys to creating wealth. There's not a course offered like Success 101 or Financial Independence 101 or How to Create Wealth 101. In most cases, we're taught how to become an employee and how to go work for somebody else. We're not taught really anything about entrepreneurialism. The business world is changing so fast that almost the only way you're going to be taught the keys to creating wealth is by somebody that's already wealthy. And very few of our professors and our educators, as smart and as savvy and as wonderful as they are, and guys, I believe there's nothing greater in the world than education, but most of our educators in the school world, they're some of the most underpaid and overworked people in the world. How could they possibly teach you what they themselves do not know? So, guys, we are really going to be teaching people the keys and the secrets to creating wealth. And that's what this MAP system is all about. And guys, this is something that really represents my 25 years of being in the network marketing industry. I've built signature training systems for other companies. In fact, Dan Edwards and myself, we created a fast track to success and taught some of these principles with another company many years ago. That company we helped take from startup to hundreds of millions of dollars and has now, it's still in existence today, has done billions of dollars in sales. I became a top 5 money earner in that company, and we created the fastest growing team in the whole company and really launched that company with this fast track to success system. Now that times have changed, we've evolved a little bit since that experience, and this new MAP system is even more powerful, especially when you look at the price points of getting involved in MyFunLife. Because guys, no matter what you say, this business is about multiplication. It's about duplication. That's where the leverage, the residual income, that's where the power of network marketing comes in. The previous company where we blew up and did hundreds of millions of dollars in business, that price point was about $500 to get involved and a couple of hundred a month to stay active. It was one of the many health and nutrition companies that are out there in the world today. And yeah, we built a huge organization. I had over 50,000 people in my organization. But guys, what could you do with an opportunity that still allows you to earn that kind of 6, 7, 8-figure income, but people can get involved for 84 cents a day? That's 25 bucks. That's you break that down, guys. That's 84 cents a day. Who can't get involved in this business? This business is for the world. And so we're going to simply lay out these keys to creating wealth. What are the wealthy people doing? The Donald Trumps, the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Warren Buffetts of the world. What do the wealthy people do? And I think as you travel around the world, you see that there's so much wealth out there, but there's a big disparity. Only about 1% of less than 1% of the world has all the wealth. So what we want to do is first begin and teach people what wealthy people do. And as we teach people about these principles of creating wealth, MyFunLife is going to make more and more sense to them. So that's what the map does, is it walks people down kind of this breadcrumb trail here of things that they were never taught of how to really go out there and create wealth, and why MyFunLife is the perfect vehicle to go out and implement these principles. The first key to creating wealth that we're going to teach people is ownership. Wealthy people own stuff. They own assets. Poor people they own liabilities. They don't own anything. They have debts. They have, in fact, in most cases, they rent assets, never really owning anything of great value. A great mentor of mine once told me, he said, if you're not building equity in you or something you own, you're wasting your time. Wealthy people understand that you got to own stuff. You got to have equity in stuff. And one of the first things you do that you can own is a business. You talk about owning a home or property. Sometimes that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you can get involved in a business, and today with the internet and with network marketing, and with MyFunLife, to get involved in a business for 84 cents a day or $25 startup, to have the ability to get all of that investment back in your first week with our 3 and 7 day fast track, and be in cash flow your very first week in your own business. There's no reason, there's no excuse why anybody, anywhere in the world, even in the third world markets where 80% of the population today lives on less than $10 a day. Most of them cannot afford to go out and start a traditional business by any means, let alone most of the network marketing offerings or internet offerings that are out there in the hundreds of dollars or even thousands. they can get involved in My Fun Life, and we are seeing tremendous success. My recent experience in the Dominican Republic, when we had over almost 1,000 people attend our first meeting down there, and saw many people that are living there on $200 or $300 a month, so excited about My Fun Life because finally they see an opportunity for the masses, something that they can afford to get involved in. And money is so tight and so important for them. They're really going out there and they're getting their 3 and 7 days. So they get their $25 fast start bonus and all of their investment back in 1 week. They are really, really giving us I guess, a vision or a peek into how we're going to be embraced in all of these markets around the world, where 80% of the population lives on $10 a day or less. My Fun Life is going to have tremendous, tremendous success. In fact, I believe we will be more successful outside of the U.S. than we will inside the U.S. So what an exciting business to be involved in here with My Fun Life. But back to owning your own business, guys. It's important to realize that your boss will never pay you enough to get wealthy. Your boss's goal, if you're working for somebody else, if you're an employee, your boss's goal is to create wealth for himself or herself. They're out to build their dream. And employees are one of the biggest expenses for most businesses. You want to cut expenses so you have greater profits. So a boss has an incentive to pay you as little as possible, just enough to keep you there. And in most cases, we work just hard enough to keep from getting fired, but they will pay you just enough money to keep you there because they want to keep the rest for them as profit. They have a disincentive to create wealth for you, a disincentive to pay you more than more than you're worth. So it's important to realize that your boss will never create wealth. So the only way, it's kind of that slogan, if it is to be, it's up to me. The only way you're going to go out and truly create wealth is if you're building your dream, if you're building your business. And the beauty of network marketing, and we teach people here through this MAP system, the beauty of network marketing is you're not starting at the bottom of somebody else's company as an employee where you'll never have a chance to create wealth. There's not room for everybody at the top. There's room for one guy, and that's the owner of the company. In network marketing, everybody starts at the top. You start as the CEO. You start as the president. You start at the top of your own company, and you're going to go out and find your first 2 vice presidents or first 3 vice presidents in this case, and they're going to start at the top of their company, and you're going to go out and build a company for yourself from the top down versus from the bottom up. Rule number 2, guys, is leverage. You need to learn to leverage your time and your money so that you're not just limited to you and your own 2 hands. Most people were taught, hey, if you just go out there and work real hard, you can get ahead. But that's almost impossible unless you're a plastic surgeon or a professional athlete or a rock star. It's hard for you to create enough income with your own 2 hands to really go out there and create wealth. What you have to do is learn how to employ the efforts of other people so that you can make money not just on your 2 hands, but with the efforts of hundreds or even thousands of other people. It comes back to what J. Paul Getty said: I'd rather earn 1% from the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own effort. Even if you own your own business and you don't have leverage built into your business, it's going to be hard for you to create wealth. I've got a wonderful Chinese restaurant down the street that I go to. We go there, often, and it doesn't matter when I go there. I could go there, late at night, even on a Sunday, and the owner greets me there. I love the personal attention. I love greeting her and being taken care of by her. But every time I go in there and I see her spending these late hours, even on a Sunday, away from her family, running this restaurant, I say to myself, oh my gosh, this poor business owner, they have no leverage. They have to be there 24/7 to make that business work. There's a lot of small businesses like that, guys, where it requires all of your time and your effort, and the business ends up owning you. The beauty of our industry and our business here is you can go out there and employ the efforts of other people without actually having to employ anybody. Everybody comes on board as a self-employed entrepreneur, and they have their own motivation, their own incentive to go out and get and share this product, share this opportunity with others, and build their own business. And you get a percentage of everybody's success. This is a win-win relationship. You want everybody you introduce to MyFunLife or introduce to this business, to this MAP program, you want everybody to be successful. In fact, you would like them to be more successful than you. if possible, because you can get up to a 50% check match on what they do if you personally enroll them, and you're going to get a percentage of everything that they do. That's a win-win relationship. Unlike the employee-employer relationship, the employer wins when you lose. They make more money when you make less money. So, guys, do you see the beauty of this, and why this is one of the principles to creating wealth? Going out and getting some leverage so that your income is bigger than just you. And what that does, since your income now is no longer dependent upon just you and your own two hands, you don't always have to be working. And this creates that third principle of income. The wealthy people figure out how to go out and get paid even when they're not working. They learn how to get paid off the efforts of other people. They learn how to get their money. Ultimately, you create enough income through building your business here and through creating leverage and getting into 6, 7, and 8-figure incomes. You start to get enough money that you can invest money, and now you're getting money working for you. We actually go into the ESBI quadrant, the cash flow quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki talks about in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We introduced that in the MAP booklet. Guys, this is a PowerPoint presentation. I'm giving you an overview of what's in the map. The map is literally, it's kind of a book. It's going to educate people. It's a short read. It's a quick read. It's got graphs and diagrams. It's going to be fun and easy to flip through and read. But we introduce people to these wealth creation principles, and then we just didn't come up with them. These are the things that wealthy people are doing to create wealth. And we introduce people to Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he goes through the cash flow quadrant, and he talks about the ESBI quadrant, that you need to move from employee to self-employed to big business owner and then to an investor. And on that right side of the quadrant, the big business owner and the investor is where all the wealth and all the money is created. How do you move to that right side of the quadrant? Well, he said the fastest way, in his book, he says the fastest way he sees today in this world to go from small business to big business is network marketing, because he classifies a big business as having 500 employees. Well, he said having a downline of 500 people is just like being a big business owner. You've got 500 people that you're getting a benefit of their efforts and their work. That's the same thing as being a big business owner. But how much money, how much investment would it take for you to go out and build a traditional business where you had 500 employees? You'd have all kinds of infrastructure, all kinds of payroll, all kinds of headaches to deal with. You can go from startup to 500 people in your network marketing organization, or here in MyFunLife, in a matter of months. So it's the fastest way to go from, get from that left side of that quadrant, from small business owner to big business owner, in just a matter of a very, very short time. But what it allows you to do now is create residual income, where you're getting paid from the efforts of other people. And even if you quit working, you keep getting paid. Guys, you saw the timing graph that we talked about. That's kind of the last thing I talk about here is timing. For you to really create wealth, you want to get involved in the right place at the right time. Find something that's going to be big and get in front of it. Just back to one more thing I just thought about, guys, the importance of residual income. Today, even more important than money for people is lifestyle. People are looking for a more quality lifestyle. There's some people out there that make good money, but they have no life. They spend all of their time traveling, all their time away from their family. They really can't ever, enjoy life, and they can't take any time off. I even look at a skilled surgeon. When that surgeon's not cutting, he's not getting paid. I look at an attorney. When he's not suing, he's not getting paid. So even some high-paying careers, guys, they don't have a life because they always have to be working or they don't get paid. That is why this business will appeal to anybody everywhere, because even some of those people that make good money, they have no leverage and they have no residual income. The goal to create not just wealth, but a lifestyle is this residual income. This is the holy grail, because this allows you to spend time doing the things that you want to do, taking trips and having fun with your family, and knowing that you're getting paid even while you're sleeping, even while you're vacation, even while you're taking time off. And ultimately, guys, our goal with MyFunLife is to build a legacy company that you'll hand down to the next generation, and so that you'll create a lifetime permanent stream of income. This will give you unlimited time, freedom, and money. That lifestyle. Guys, rule number 4, back to timing. What's going to be big? Position yourself in front of the wave. There are multiple trends, not just one trend. This is what we call the perfect storm. So much is happening right now that we are positioning you in front of with MyFunLife. The beauty of the mobile app space, guys, is we're not a travel company. That's simply our first app, our first product. We're going to have a health and fitness app. We're going to have a financial app. We're going to have a telecom app. We're going to have a power app. We're going to be able to participate in all of the hottest markets. And we're going to be able to participate with products that nobody can compete with price-wise. Why? Because, guys, we don't have to make money on our product. We make money on our membership. Kind of like a Costco. You know, Costco has 64 million members. Why can they beat everybody up on their prices? Why can you go to Costco and get better deals? Because they make money on their membership. 64 million members that they have paying them an annual fee for that Costco membership. Guys, we make money on our membership, so we don't have to make money on our travel product. We don't have to make money on our health and fitness product. Can you imagine? Guys, I believe in about 6 months, and we're getting ready to roll out the travel app later this month, as I mentioned. I believe we'll put 100,000 people in MyFunLife in the next 6 months with the rollout of the travel app and the whole mobile marketing platform. Guys, what an exciting time to be in MyFunLife. 6 months later, let's envision rolling out the health and fitness app. A lot of you guys see these hot companies out there, these other network marketing companies. Most of the biggest network marketing companies in the world today are health and fitness. They have wellness products, which is another huge industry. Guys, the baby boomers are aging, they're retiring, they're looking for products, the things that'll make them, continue to feel good and have their vitality and their energy. It's a huge market. What if we could come out and introduce the same products they have? Guys, we all have access today to the same information, the same scientists, the same formulators. In fact, here in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I live, about 40% of all the nutraceuticals that are provided or produced or created or manufactured, formulated for the network marketing world come from this area, come from Utah. So, guys, we have access to those scientists, to those formulators. We can take any of the hottest products out there and simply formulate our own MyFunLife products at about a tenth the price, because those companies have to mark up their products about 10 times. And I know many of you have seen some overpriced products out there that, even though they're hot products, a lot of them are pricey because they have to pay mark them up 10 times to be able to pay commissions out of those. Guys, we don't have to make money on our product. We make money on our membership. We can roll out a health and fitness app, let's say for $25, just like our travel app, and we can come out and undercut all of these companies with the hottest products at the best prices. So nobody's going to be able to compete with us. I see thousands, groups of tens of thousands leaving these other companies and coming with MyFunLife when we roll out our health and fitness app. And we'll be able to do the same thing with the telecom app, guys. We don't have to make money on our product because we make money on our membership. This is a new concept, a revolutionary concept never seen before in network marketing, guys. That is why I believe MyFunLife will dominate. We will go all over the world, especially at our price point and ease of entry. We're already in over 40 countries right now. We've got PowerPoints, I believe, in about 15 languages being created and webinars going on daily in multiple languages. Guys, we are going to become a household name. We're out here to bless the world and make the world a better place with an offering that people have never seen before, because we're not just a travel company. We're not a health and fitness company. We are a mobile app company. We're a mobile marketing company that is taking advantage of the huge move to become mobile. So, guys, that's a little bit about timing is also important in joining a company itself, a network marketing or an internet marketing company. Timing, the formulation stage, Rick went through these in our business presentation and did an excellent job. But this is where the top money earners are always created, guys. You can take any company that's out there today, and most of the top money earners in that company got involved in the formulation, the beginning. They were the visionaries that saw the vision of where the company was going before others had heard about it. This is called a point called momentum or critical mass. This is where people begin to hear, and we're probably still 6 months, a year out from this momentous growth here. And what that allows you to do is go out and build a team and an organization so that you're not the only one catching this wave. How would you like to have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people on your team right here, all catching the wave, knowing you're getting a percentage of all of their success? So that's the key. That's why once you take an organization through this momentum phase, it will be hard to ever duplicate or create the kind of income that these individuals can create, because they had a chance to position themselves and their teams in front of this wave. You want to go out there and bless the lives of other people. Get them involved right now in front of this wave. This is a point where people begin to hear about our travel product, our health. They begin to hear about our apps and the price points that we have, the savings that we've got on our travel deals right now are unbelievable. I mean, to be able to save people thousands of dollars on just one vacation on a $25 membership is just unheard of. And so people start hearing about the product, the testimonials there. And in fact, guys, you'll see a testimonial tab come up on our website this week or on your replicated websites. We already have amazing, amazing testimonials from many, many of you on the product and the business. But you also start to see the incomes approach the 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month range. So people driving around all of our all of our cars with the MyFunLife stickers on it. So they start to hear about it from more than one source. They see it again and again, and it becomes kind of in vogue or in fashion. Everybody starts to jump into MyFunLife because they hear everybody's doing it. That's when the masses get involved, and your company goes through this hyper growth period in a very short period of time, and your income will literally go 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, mostly dependent upon how many people are in your organization when the company hits this critical mass period. So you are seeing MyFunLife at the perfect time. Let's talk about how to go out even in the next 10 weeks here and just absolutely blow up your MyFunLife business. Guys, the next thing, I'm going to just scroll through these pages here real quickly, because what this does is this introduces people to MyFunLife. I'm not here to do a MyFunLife presentation, but if the map, if you were giving this as a booklet to somebody, and that's one of the ways you're going to be able to go out there and build this business, is to simply go out there and share this booklet. Get 10 of these map booklets. They're going to be available in a spiral bound booklet, so that you can take these and educate people on the keys to creating wealth and introduce them to this 10-week challenge. You can have challenge parties, and you can have everybody flip through and give them a book, just for attending the party. Make this fun. But guys, we're going to introduce people to, obviously, MyFunLife here. That's the next part of this map. I'm not going to go through and do a whole presentation because we just went through a business presentation, but we take through people through MyFunLife and the different ways to get paid. Go through the matrix plan here. We're going to go through the coded bonuses. It's important to understand, who is MyFunLife, who's the ownership behind the company. Only $25 to get started. The price points, how the check matching works, how the coded bonuses work. Because we're going to show them now how to take all of this information. Again, part of this presentation is education based. It's going to be available in booklet form. It'll be available in an e-booklet, so it'll be something we'll use with our lead capture pages where people can opt in and receive the map. Because when people read through the map, if they opt in and they're getting this a free look at this 10-week challenge, how to take 84 cents a day and turn it into 84,000 a month, literally. You can do that following this 10-week challenge. I mean, I know it sounds absurd, but wait till you see the 10-week challenge that we've laid out here. But you can have people opt in for that, and they will begin to see these principles for wealth creation. They'll begin to see why MyFunLife makes so much sense, why of all the offerings out there that this one makes the most sense, because of the mobile marketplace that we're positioned in front of, because of the price points to get involved, and because of the duplication. Guys, this business is really all about duplication. And that's why it's important to have an easy point of entry. It's important to have a system for those that join to follow, because that creates that multiplication, creates that duplication. That is the power of our industry. And I believe that's why MyFunLife is going to be more powerful in the duplication and creating something that you can go out and build a large organization and a lifetime stream of income, because this is something everybody can do. The master action plan is all built around our Fast Start Club. We just recently came out with this 3 and 7 day bonus, a $25 Fast Start bonus, so that you can get started for $25 and actually go out and get your 3 people in 7 days and get your $25 bonus back. Now, like I said, for some of these third world markets, for 80% of the population out there living on $10 a day, $25 is big. And so they're going to want to know, how fast can I get that $25 back? For some others, $25 doesn't seem like a huge amount of money or a huge bonus. Well, guys, I'm going to show you why it's so huge to go out there and become part of our Fast Start Club. It's why we have pins. It's why we've created a club. It's why in the back office we have a list of all the members of the Fast Start Club, because this is the key to going out there and following the map and making the map work. So the goal is to get your 3 and 7 days, get your $25 Fast Start, and prove that you can do it. And if you can do it, others can do it too. And so then we can go in and kind of lay out this 10-week challenge, guys. This is a 10-week challenge. Here's the 10 weeks. This is the fast track. It's all based around you going out the first week and getting your 3 and 7 days. And guys, I've kind of come up with a formula on what would it take for you to get your 3 in 7 days. I believe if you'll make 10 invitations during a week, so 2 invitations per day, 5 days a week, put a couple pennies in your left side of your pocket and put them to the right side of your pocket. Every day, go out with two business cards in your left side of your pocket, 2 pennies, something to remind you, hey, I've got to make my 2 contacts per day, 2 invites. You don't need to sell anybody on MyFunLife, guys. You're simply inviting people to take a look. You're going to drop off a map booklet to them. You're going to send them an email. You're going to send them an ebook. You're going to give them your website. You're going to make 2 invitations for somebody to go take a look at this 10-week challenge. And you let the tools do the telling and the selling. You let the map booklet do the telling and the selling. You let the videos do the telling and the selling on our websites. You let the tools do the heavy lifting here, and you're going to simply do some follow up. And I encourage you to team up with your sponsor or your upline as an expert. That when you do your follow up, you can introduce somebody else as the expert, especially if you're just getting started and you haven't made any money yet. It's important to team up with an upline member or an expert that's already having success, so that when you follow up with your friend and say, hey, did you look through that map program? Great. Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being way excited, 1 being not interested, where would you say you're at? If they say 7 or higher, say, great, fantastic. You're the kind of person I'm looking for based on what you said, John. I want to introduce you to Sarah. She is my team leader. She's absolutely tearing this up. She knows how this works better than I do. She's having great success. Let's get her on the phone. I want to introduce you to her. She can answer your questions. And if you'll do that 10 times, I can guarantee you will get 3. You might get 5, 6, or 7, or 8 if you really do this effectively and get good at working with your upline and you're using them as a third-party expert. Guys, a prophet is not a prophet in his own home. And so even though we have trust and respect with a lot of our friends and our contacts, a lot of people that we know, we don't want to become that financial expert. We want to introduce that third party that can be the financial expert. And so, guys, I've got a whole training on this in the back office, and under the Fast Start training, talks about how to go out and use the tools to do the telling and selling, talks about how to make the invitation, talks about how to do the follow-up and the prospecting, and the importance of using your third-party upline. So go and listen to our Fast Start training in the back office, specifically on how to follow this prospecting system. I'm not really going into a training here right now today on prospecting. That's in the back office already. What I'm doing is laying out this map for you and showing you how powerful it is, because it's important people see the end result. If a doctor is going to go to medical school, why is he going to medical school and doing all that studying and paying tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get educated? Because he sees that end result. I'm going to become a physician. I'm going to become a doctor. This is the kind of lifestyle I'm going to have, financially, but also he sees the benefit of blessing other people's lives and taking care of other people. You have that same opportunity to go out there and change lives, guys. You have the opportunity to make some incredible income and not have to take 10 years of schooling and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get there. We're talking about 84 cents a day and a 10-week program. So, guys, this is very exciting, and you can make more money than a doctor that spent 10 years getting educated. So it all starts with getting your 3 in 7 days, and I'm confident if you do 10 invites a day for people to take a look at this, and not just rely on the, here, I'm going to send you an email and never follow up. Fortune is in the follow-up, guys. You've got to, give a follow-up call and see if they looked at the information, and then also introduce them to your expert if possible. And you will get 3 people every single time you do that. And that's kind of the goal, is to go out and get 3 every single week. So you get 3 your first week, 6, 9, 12, 15. So that's adding 3 new people. So that's 10 contacts, just 2 a day, something you can do on a very, very part-time basis. And in 10 weeks, you'll have sponsored 30 people personally. Well, you can see right here around week 6 or 7, you're going to hit the Sapphire rank, and you're going to actually qualify for our car bonus. So in 6 weeks, I'll show you how to do this. It's all based on 3 in 7 days and the power of duplication and multiplication. So you're going to go out week 2 and get 3 more, but more importantly, the 3 that you got your first week, they're going to go get their 3 in 7. So that's why it's important for you to be the master copy here. We're really Xerox copying ourselves. We're printing off copies of ourselves. We want people to duplicate what we're doing. We're getting 3, but it's important that they go out the next week and they get 3. So that's going to be 9 plus the 3 new ones you got. That's 12. Well, you picked up a $25 Fast Start bonus the first week. Now, the second week, you're going to pick up your 4, 5, and 6 coded bonus of $5. So you picked up $15. Again, doesn't start out, doesn't sound like that much money, but guys, wait till you see the power of duplication and multiplication. In fact, have you ever taken a penny and doubled it every day for a month? It will blow your mind. If you've never done this, you've got to do this. You've got to prove it to yourself. And we actually lay this out in the MAP program. So we teach people the power of multiplication and duplication. You start out today with 1 cent. Tomorrow it's 2 cents. The next day it's 4 cents, 8, 16, 32, 64 cents in a week. Nothing to get excited about. In fact, in 2 weeks, it's only about 150 bucks. In 31 days, it's $10 million. The first day of the second month is $20 million. So that's kind of how this business works. It starts out small, like a penny doubling, doesn't seem like much money. Week 2, you're only picking up 15 bucks, but you keep that 3 and 7 day going. Those 3 get 3, and you get 3 more, you're going to pick up $45. You also on number 7, 8, 9, you start earning $8 codes. So 8 times 3 is $24. So you're $69 week 3. You get 3 more in week 12, and those are the 39. I'll go get 3 anyway. You're picking up 11 and numbers 11 and 12, the $10 code. So there's the 20. Your 3 got 3. Your 3 got 3. You start to add up the 5, 8, and $10 codes now that you're qualified for. Now you're getting into some cash flow, 235 bucks a week in just your first 4 weeks. But here's where it starts to get exciting, guys. This just keeps tripling. Your $5 codes keep tripling. Your $8 codes keep tripling. Your $10 codes are now tripling. And you add that up, and in 10 weeks, this is the kind of weekly cash flow. I said turn 84 cents into 84,000 a week. Guys, how about 184,000 a week? Numbers don't lie, guys. This is pure math. It's simply 3 in 7 days and duplicated. So you can see the importance of you going out and getting in this Fast Start Club. If you're involved with MyFunLife and you're not in the Fast Start Club, we will probably, when we launch the map here, the booklets I believe will be ready this week. Our MyFunLife store will open, and I believe you'll see us open up some promotions. So if you're not in the Fast Start Club, you can get in the Fast Start Club. But even if you're not, you can start today to go out and get 3 in 7 days and teach them the importance of getting in the Fast Start Club. So even if you didn't get your 3 and 7, you've been involved in MyFunLife and you're now just getting excited about the business and you want to get going, you can still go out and follow this even if you're not in the Fast Start Club. But it shows the importance of kind of go out and setting the example so others can follow. And it shows you the power in just 10 weeks of starting from 84 cents a day. And here's where you could be, the kind of income that you could be earning in just 10 weeks. It's mind-boggling. Like I said, that's weekly income. This is only our coded bonuses. It doesn't include any matrix money, doesn't include any check matching. It's only our coded bonuses. So it shows you the power of the weekly pay. Guys, even if you're only 10% successful at this, if you fail 90% of the time, you're still, how would it be just to get 10% of that? 18,000 a week. What if it took you 10 months to do this? Would it still be worth it? Even if you're only at 18,000, you can see you can fall way short of this and still have tremendous, tremendous success. But what this gives you is it gives you a map now that you can see that end result. Why is it important for me to go out and get my 3 and 7 days? This is a 10-week challenge, guys. It's for 10 weeks. It's like if you were doing one of those fitness challenges where you're going to change some things up, maybe get a little bit uncomfortable, maybe go without some food. You're going to change up your diet, eat some things that you're going to do things a little bit differently. You're going to step up to a challenge to change your life. Nothing in your life will change if you don't change. So it's important to start doing some things differently. It's been said that if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. You've got to do some different things to get different results. And so that's what we want to do, is step people up to a 10-week challenge. Go out there and make 10 contacts a week. Go out and teach your people this MAP system, and where you can be in the next 10 weeks is absolutely mind-boggling. As I mentioned back here in week 6, what does it take to qualify for the for the car bonus? Well, you need to be a Sapphire. So at 20 people, you hit the Sapphire rank. So right around here in week 6 or 7, you need to have 1,000 people on your team. That's another one of the qualifications. And below your first, second, and third person, you need to have at least 250, what we call a qualified leg. Now, we're also going to be rolling out a placement option in the matrix. So if one of your three legs is lagging behind and that person hasn't duplicated as well as the others, you're going to be able to focus on the weaker part of your matrix and place people in the matrix in a specific location or in a specific team. So it's going to be easy to qualify and balance your business so you're getting the maximum pay out of your matrix, and you're not falling short of the potential of the matrix income. Guys, this is just the coded bonus income, and you can see where you're going to be at in 10 weeks. This is going to launch MyFunLife to a whole nother level. In fact, you're just teaching people the importance of these principles of creating wealth, being a business owner, leveraging yourself, residual income, and timing. It's going to open up the door for so many people now to say yes to MyFunLife, because you're going to understand why. That if they don't go out there and start a business of their own, their chances of creating wealth are going to be slim to none. There's the car bonus, guys. We have actually worked out a special lease program with Mercedes that you can get their brand new CLA four-wheel drive 2014 model for $399. Dan's worked out a special deal with our dealer here in the U.S. We're working out deals with other dealers throughout the world, but right here, this car is available, guys, in our car bonus program. And we are, as Rick said, going to be opening up some bigger car bonuses as the company grows and we have people hitting these higher ranks. Again, this is a presentation, so if you were giving this booklet out or this was an ebook someone was downloading, they would see the membership options here and have an opportunity to join now. So guys, that's the MyFunLife map. I encourage you to go into your back office. Of all the companies I've ever been a part of, I've been a part of billion-dollar companies. I have never seen a company with a back office like we have, with so many tools, so much of a marketing arsenal. I mean, the Powerline funnel, the autoresponder systems. Typically, companies charge 10, 15, 25, even $50 a month to have a marketing system and a sales funnel and an autoresponder system that's doing the work for you, that's pushing members to upgrade. And you're going to see a lot of our emphasis now come on the map and some of those autoresponders teaching people about the importance of timing and getting involved in the app business right now, what's happening, the importance of owning their own business, the importance of residual income. And so we're going to be getting more and more people joining MyFunLife with the intent to go out there and make some changes in their life and build a business. Guys, we're just getting started. Imagine where you can be. I like this 10-week challenge, and it's important to kind of see what you could do and to maybe put the burners on. This business, guys, is a lot like getting a boat out of the water or a plane off the ground. You got to use a whole bunch of horsepower when you're first getting started. You got to put both throttles down. If you've ever been water skiing or wakeboarding, it's hit it. You got to put throttles down to get that nose up out of the water. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of horsepower to get that going. And once you get that going, you can ease up on the throttles and you can see the boat get up on top of the waters, just start to glide effortlessly across the water. That's kind of how this business is. So it's important when you get started to come out and get your story, get a 10-week story, document your success with this map so you can now have a story that you can go out and share with other people. I always say that facts tell and stories sell. And so it's important that you go out there and kind of create your story. And until you have your story, tell your upline story. Tell your expert that you're working, use his or her story to tell other people. They're going to be more impressed by people's stories than all the facts and the figures and the details of how the business works. People buy on emotion. So go out and get your story, create your story. Accept this 10-week challenge, guys. Go out there, get your 3 and 7 days, become part of the Fast Start Club, and more importantly, have a vision of a legacy company, that you're building a foundation right now. You're building something long-term. You're building something that you're going to pass on to your kids, that they'll be able to pass on to their kids. I know as I spend time with Dan and Carrie Edwards, the love they have for their 6 children, and that they've brought them up and they've taught them about entrepreneurialism and owning their own businesses and being successful. And the kids have been able to kind of have this, on-the-job training here and watch their parents build multi-million-dollar businesses. This now is their business and their legacy that they are looking to pass on to their 6 children and then their children. This is something that you need to be looking at as building something long-term. So, if you can't hit your goals in the first week or the 10th week, stick with it. Where could you be in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? We're just going to be laying out more and more tools and making this easy and easier for you to get people excited about MyFunLife. Welcome to MyFunLife, guys. We look forward to traveling with you on the beaches of the world. Thanks for being here on this map training, and we'll see you next time.